Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Hey, um, wait a minute. Just a second. Let me make sure. Hold up, hold up. I thought I was ready, but I'm not. Just a second. How are you guys doing this morning? I named this video, Ooh, child. I think I found this, seen the sex machine. Ooh, child. Hey, Memphis T. Hey, Spilly Girl. Hey, Jamel. But yeah, I think I seen it over there on Kimmy channel. She showed a picture from Amazon, and honey, I've seen that contraption. I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to start working that thing yet. I don't know how to work that thing. Plus, I wouldn't pay that much money for nothing, because it said it was $500 and some dollars. Cause my crazy ass looked it up on Amazon, but they said they had some higher than that, child. Ooh, child. And thank you for letting me know that you guys can hear me. But honey, I seen that sex machine, and I think it was the right one because Jay Dunn hit the link later on in the live after Kimmy showed it, and she didn't say it wasn't it. Okay. Now she been mad because this guy named Otto Polo or something like that. He asked her about it. Okay. And she didn't want to hear that shit out of him. But then other people bring it up and she goes all in the details. Cause it's a girl named Mika, Meka, that she been saying she want to try it on her. But child, that thing, I wouldn't know how to start working the thing. It's got legs on it. It's got uh, a like a strap thing. Not no ding ding on that, but a strap thing that connect one leg to the other one. And then it's got now Kimmy called it this here. It's got like a pan at the bottom that you could put at the bottom. And Kimmy called it a drip pan. And I was saying, what? And then Kimmy said it was made of aluminum and steel, I think. And it has several attachments. And I didn't see no attachments now. But on Amazon, though, when I looked after the live, you can order attachments. I was saying, child. I was like that. But how do I couldn't figure out how to work the thing, that contraption. I guess it got a manual with it. She talked too much. I don't know. But I've been wanting to say, I've been saying, I wonder what that thing look like because everybody keep talking about it and talking about it. Well, Honey Kimmy heard so much about it, she put it up on her screen on Amazon so we could see what it was look like. But like I said, I don't have no idea how that thing works. I can't figure it out. I'm just telling you, I can't figure it out. Now, if I knew how to work this computer and put it on Amazon, I'd show y'all. Because it's not nothing that will get your channel struck or nothing. But I wouldn't show the other gadgets and stuff. I'm just saying, I if I knew how to work it and put it up on the screen, maybe y'all would know how to work the thing. But I don't know how that thing would work. And it was like $500. And they had something that cost more than that. And I was saying, go Google it more. And I'm just speechless. Sure. But I just want to tell y'all, I think I seen the thing. Okay. Now I just left YouTube cameras. She wasn't talking about a whole lot, because I think yesterday the streets was dry over here and like in the Mo 3B sector. And I just chilled out. But on her channel, she said that well, I know that Pastor had flagged QB for showing his church service. It was about a month ago. And he was doing a reaction to it. Well, Pastor struck him. But QB allegedly, she said that last night, QB said that flag got removed. So what Pastor did, like Shakim did, Lemon and J Don, he did a false flag because that had to be your material. And see, that's not his material. That belongs to the church. That's not his channel. It's like the church streamed their services. So QB came live and let everybody know that they removed his strike. Okay. Um, and I caught up on a couple of lives that I missed, and I seen Mysterious. She's back on here, but I think she do like one live a week. And yesterday on her live, no, yeah, it was yesterday. I read all through it because there was a lot of guys up there, and they was talking about stuff I didn't want to hear. Because when they be into it, they be telling everybody, telling each other about the booty and all that kind of stuff. And the ding ding, I didn't want to hear that. And so I read about it, and I seen some other people up there. So I stopped to see what was going on. Well, Royalty and it was like 6 or 7 people up there. It was Royalty and another lady, and then the other ones was me. And one of the men was King James. He's a guy from over there in the Mo3 sector. He's a content creator. And Royalty also is a content creator. They got into it because he, how they do this online dating. People say they're going together. Like I be saying, I go with Duck. Well, I don't go with Duck, but he's my boyfriend online. Okay. But I'll never see that man. He's too young for me and all of that because he ain't even 30 years old yet. But getting back to them, they was dating like that, but they was having phone conversations and all that, which I don't do. IGN and all that, which I don't do. Well, their relationship went sour, so they broke up. And King James has a habit of when, if you break up with him, he'll call you all out your name, call you all kind of B's and fat MFers and just talk to you real bad. And why the women to go with him virtually, I don't know. Well, he also used to date Cupcake, which is a content creator over there. And I thought they was doing good, but they broke up. This is an old relationship, like over a year ago. They broke up. And then he started talking to her real crazy. But he was talking to her crazy before they broke up, and I really didn't like it. because I thought he was cool at first, but then they got into it over something silly over YouTube, and he talked shit. He cussed and all that kind of shit. And then when they broke up, he talked about it well, like a year later, then he asked her to marry him over on Mahia Palmer. And we were like, what? And Mahia was saying no, because Mahia liked her a whole lot. And I was like in the chat that I was saying, I hope she don't go back with him. Well, she did, you know. But and he had been talking about her past. Well, he said on Mysterious Live, he said that I text, I text y'all all the same thing. It's just like texting to a different lady, but he is like a copy and paste text. Why would anybody have that? Is a waste of time. People should have more to do. See, I ain't got time for that kind of shit. But I don't text no man anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm old. I do the old timey way. Okay. I don't get the virtual shit. Okay. And I mean these people be really serious about dating them, getting jealous and all. How you gonna get jealous of somebody live in Japan and you live in the United States? Or how you gonna get jealous of somebody living in Florida and you live in Washington D.C.? That's stupid. But that ain't my, you know, just because I don't do like that kind of shit. Some people do. Okay, but I date the old fashioned way. I'm not gonna change. When he said that, I was just like, it looked so you might have 10 girls you texting on YouTube, and you got enough nerve to say that it's word for word. You sit, telling each woman the same thing, like copy paste. I ain't got time for that. Just like an email when you got that CC on it, I guess. When you just hear the people, I ain't got time for that. That's stupid. Tell them all you like them and I'm gonna come see you and all that kind of stupid bullshit. And then they went real low on each other when they was cussing each other out. They was accusing each other of going with their own kids. And I said, let me get the fuck off of this shit, okay? But that got on my nerve. Let's see what else. I was at Rodney's. I'm trying to like wing this. I'm gonna go through and make sure I talked about everything, but I'm just going through stuff as it pop in my mind. I was at I wasn't in the live, but I've been watching a lot of replays of things that I missed, and I decided to watch Rodney. I seen he had been live, but when I went over there, he did his commentary and stuff. It was good, and he drug and stuff, but it was him, Voodoo, and I can't think of who else on the panel. But Pizarro hit the link, and she went at Voodoo. I didn't know they had fell out. So I don't know when they fell out or nothing like that. But I thought they was okay. Well, evidently they not, honey. And they started dragging each other. They were dragging. She was dragging his mama, which his mama hadn't been passed long ago, and he had been having a hard time with it. Okay, I mean he has been having a hard time with his mother's death, and she was talking about his mama, and he was talking about kids, and it was a mess. It was ugly. Okay. Um, and they say he went live, I think yesterday, the day before, and he discussed it and stuff. YouTube cameras went over it very briefly today, and she was talking about it, that he did a live regarding that. And to me, uh, he got his feelings are hurt easy. He haven't been like he have been around here for a while, but as far as like somebody just him dragging face, dragging on a panel like that kind of dragging they did. He ain't used to that. You know what? I'm scared it, you know, might kind of affect him, but there's nothing I can do about it. But I'm just saying, it was bad. Okay. Um, and Dory, she was up there, and her and uh Pizarro got into it. Pizarro got both of them on Rodney Panel, and they was dragging the hell out of each other. Okay. But what the issue that Pizarro had, which I knew was going to happen sooner or later, Dory will be on her panel, and the things they be talking about, it don't be all the way true. You know, she Dory ain't never wrong, but she out here when she in these streets, she wild. You know, and she say things against like Pizarro is just one person, but Pizarro got fed up with her, and Hunter they been dragging the hell out of each other. You hear me? They been doing lives on each other, but Pizarro just, I guess she was in the class and she heard a little bit too much one time, and she wasn't for that shit. She let Dory have it, but Dory let Pizarro have it too, child. Okay. Let's see what else. And QI was on this the other night. Now QI been very upset lately. It's because of that male lady from over in that British place, that British sector. Well, QI is head over heels for that woman, and she made up a tale because she not, you can't, she telling a lie. I just put it like this. She telling a damn lie, but she have been saying that, them British people, they all met up and went to Vegas, and they had invited Lemon, but Lemon didn't go. He said because he said he didn't know a lot of them, and he just didn't want to do it. Well, he didn't go. Well, QI been around here ever since they had that trip. It's been about 2 months ago or three. When they went to Vegas, she is saying that Lemon and Resto was supposed to be setting up Mail, which is the love of QI. Say she ain't flipped out over, but she is. Well, she said that Lemon and them was supposed to like drug her, like put some in her drink, and was supposed to be doing something with her. And then coming back to YouTube after the trip and expose it all, whatever they did to her. And Lemon, when he said the first time he heard it, he was like, "What the hell?" And the first place he heard it was at his parents when he had her to hit his link so they could talk about what the problem is between us. And she blurted it out, and then she dropped. He said, and he said he drug her because he said that was a filthy lie. Well, he called her at Nessus and he tried to talk to her about it. Well, then other people were trying to, why are you so upset, trying to calm her down, which they were doing at Lemons, and then they was doing it at Nessus. And she would turn on the people that was trying to just say, "Hey, what is the issue? Why are you so mad?" and this and that. And she was going off like a rocket. And she was threatening to kick them an ass and meet up and pull up and all of that. And I was saying, damn, QI. And so, uh, you know, it ain't no talking no sense in them. And they tried to talk it out over there at YouTube cameras. And she did the same thing. Like Cruiser and I think Theo, it was several of them up there, ladies, and they were saying, just calm down. Just what's the problem? And you couldn't get no sense out of it, you know? And at Ness's, she wasn't only threatening to kick Lemon ass, she was threatening to kick binary ass. Like any man that said something, she was telling them that she was gonna kick their ass. I don't know what they got in her. And I don't know what the guy that these women on here talking about. They gonna beat these men up and calling them all kind of bitches and stuff when they ain't even talking to you, but you jumping in and then calling them bitches and mother effers and SOBs and all that kind of shit. And see, like, soon as one of the men call them a black bitch or whatever, or a funky hoe, or threaten to slap them in the fucking face after they done talking about how they gonna destroy them, the men. If the men say they gonna slap one of these hoes, or they call them a bitch, always like the end of the word. I've been seeing is like J Dunn been calling that auto guy, auto polo. They called him all out his name. Theo called him all kind of bitches and all that kind of stuff. Now if he turn around and call Theo a black ass bitch or call J Dunn a fat ass bitch, then it's gonna be a problem. I don't understand it. It's stupid. And y'all can't beat up no damn man. And y'all sound like a fool saying shit like that. And then, like I said, if one of them talk, say, I'll whoop your ass, then you want to have a guy, it'll be a beef sector ride, like they do riding when he talk about slapping people and stuff, women, which, you know, I don't think no man should say it, and I don't think no woman should say that. You know, slapping or putting or kicking or nothing. Don't nobody need to be saying nothing like that to me on YouTube. But I don't know. And then, like, Jay Dunn is very upset about this auto guy, but it's not gonna stop between them if every time she get on the panel, she calling him bitches and you raggedy hoe and y'all. It's not gonna stop. Now, when that man turn around and start calling you all kind of bitches and hoes, don't you start that whining and shit like you doing. If you acting crazy over that sex machine with that man, I know you gonna act a fool if he call you a bitch and talking about he wants you. That man don't want you. He just had questions about the sex machine, honey. But when sometimes she talk about it, and when she talk about the thing, we hear her. It ain't like she's on the phone talking to somebody. This is like hundreds of people in these chats. And it was a lot of, they say it was a lot of people over at Nest that night when she showed that thing. Okay. And when Kimmy showed that contraption, you couldn't come in that bedroom with me with that thing. I and it's got all kind of speeds on it, and I got better things to do with my money than that. It don't take all that. Even if you was a lesbian, it don't take all of that. They got other kind of shit that you can look at the damn package and say, "Oh, I know what to do with this." But you got something that you got. I would scream at somebody about that shit in the bedroom with me. Okay. Now, hey, everybody get a little freaky every once in a while. But I can get goddamn freaky. Shit. It don't make no damn sense to spend. Hey, watching from cloud nine. You can be what you wanna be on cloud nine. You ain't to have no responsibilities on cloud nine. I'm trying to speak for a while. Hey, the high rise. Hey, a click and a view. Uh, bring some in the bedroom that got made out of aluminum. And them legs, they shine. They shine like a diamond, child. If I see that thing come in the bedroom, I said, what you, oh, what you finna be? Hey, help me. Yeah, what you finna build up in here, baby? They say, oh, this the sex machine. I'm gonna try it out. No, you ain't. Lord Jesus. I'm so tickled about that sex machine, child. Oh, Lord Jesus. Hell, Jada, you ain't gonna never get no woman. You got one of them. Hell, yeah. And then on the thing, what I looked at on Amazon, it come with a wrench. Oh, Lord, I ain't never seen. It come with a wrench, y'all. I, I guess you have to have your tool belt on. Work. Oh, my Lord Jesus, I'm so tickled. I'm crying. Hey, Jay Parrish. Oh, Lord, it come with a wrench, y'all. You get a complimentary wrench. Hey, TC. I'm talking about Jay Dunn sex machine. Kimmy showed a picture of it on her live the other day, child. Hey, Mike. Oh, Lord Jesus, I got to quit laughing. I ain't going to never get to. Hey, Leticia. I ain't going to never get through because I'm laughing about this shit. Oh, my God. And Kimmy, now she had something that she was turning on, buzzing or whatever. That's supposed to be having sound, but I think that thing sound like a car. Now, like one of them trucks they be having on the them big trucks with the big tires they have in them shows that be jumping over cars and stuff. That's what that thing sound like, I believe. Do it use unleaded or leaded gas, or do it use diesel? Do it run by electric? Do you start it like you start a lawnmower? I have so many questions about that thing. Oh shit. Oh Lord. And she talking about she gonna use it on that Mika girl. Oh Lord. And Mika said it's in a nice way that it ain't this dog don't hunt. She said it in a very nice way over there at Lemon. But she was saying that dog ain't gonna hunt, honey. We ain't use that on me. She said that in so many words. But Jadon seemed to be smitten with her right now. Um, Mika, Mi- Mika, I would advise you to be very careful with Jadon because if you break up, she is hell on wheels on her. You need to talk to some of them exes like Bambi and Intrinsic. And woo, Intrinsic and Jadon. Intrinsic went off like a rocket on Jadon over there at Kimmy's. It was like World War 15. Um, the way it happened was Jay Dunn was up on the panel talking, and Intrinsic was saying, how sometimes people say stuff against your stuff. Well, Jay Dunn called her out. She was on the panel, and the Intrinsic was down there started typing and stuff. Well, Jay Dunn, because if she get mad at you, if you have had any kind of contact with her, like on the phone or texting, she reveals it. And she started revealing it's some lady named Storytime. Now I be seeing Storytime in the chats, but I don't know Storytime. I've never heard her voice say anything. I've never seen her on a panel. Well, Jadon started telling, well, not just Storytime, the whole damn crowd of about 800 people. She started saying, and you told you got story time to me. You sent me her picture. You you sent me a picture, and you said that watch out for you and uh be careful, and that she don't like you, and uh you used to have a man name on her or a man picture, but then come find out she was a woman. She said she put the man picture up because she didn't want guys approaching her because she's lesbian. But yeah, that was a good idea to me. But she told all kind of shit up on that panel. Okay. And Kim was saying, you doc story time to J Don? And so and Teresa kicked the pal. And she said, yes, she did. She said, you know, that she actually thought they was cooler than me. And then, but they did. She didn't get to that. I thought we was cool. And that she got to, bitch, what the fuck wrong with you? And I, oh Lord, she cussed Jay Dunn out bad, and she cussed Jay Dunn out so bad. Jay Dunn wasn't even saying nothing. She couldn't even say nothing. And I mean, and Trish went on and on and on. And I thought it would. I thought it was the next damn day. She drug her so damn long. And she said that some shit that she could show to docs. She said that she'll have a throwaway channel and do a reveal all on there. She said that way they can throw away the channel, but I can still have my regular channel. And I was saying, damn, and why would you be friends Jay Dawn and you know she showed your news a couple of years ago? Why you talk to her? Why would you give her something that she can expose on you when you know how she fight? When you make her mad? And and Trish was saying that it's up and it's stuck. Ain't no making up ever again with us. I don't care what happened to you. I don't want no dealings with you at all. And I was saying, damn. And then the story time person, they was putting in the chat that she hadn't spoke to Intrinsic, to Jay Dunn since like 21 or 22. Well, Jay Dunn, the reason that she contacted Intrinsic to make up with her, okay? Which they have been fell out ever since, the nude thing happened, I think. Well, honey, Intrinsic said Jay Dunn contacted her, I think like in January, because Jay Dunn had a friend and her child, her son, I don't know how old the son was, got their life taken in a domestic dispute. Well, Jay Dunn called Intrinsic and asked, to forgive me for what I did to you. I'm sorry. And then it come up about her friend and stuff. Well, Intrinsic feels sorry for her, and I accept your apology. Well, honey, I guess Intrinsic thought they was cool enough for her to send her the shit on Storyline, because I guess she seen Storyline in her chat or whatever. And honey, it went from there on chemist. But if you know it's a snake, why would you give a snake something else? You know that girl put your news out. I can't understand. I don't understand these folks on YouTube. I don't understand that forgiving shit. I don't want your don't mess with me no more. Like I said, we can sit on a panel together, but I don't fuck with you, and you don't fuck with me. And me and you ain't gonna be cool no more. Okay? Pretty Polynesian. Don't play. It's just some things but like I said, this YouTube and people break up and make up. But if a person did you wrong one time, they gonna do it again because they know that you're a chump and you'll go along with it. It is what it is. And then I wonder, do people that act like that on YouTube that forgive people so easily? And you done talked about my mama, you done talked about my kids, you done showed my nudes, and then I'll be back cool with you. Everything you could when you was mad at me and said everything to me, talked to me like I was a dog. But then I supposed to, when you say you sorry, I supposed to step up that. I ain't the one. Okay. That ain't gonna never work with me. Now I ain't gonna hate you because I don't hate nobody in the world. Okay. Nobody that walked this earth I do not hate. Even though I have had things that happen to me that I don't care for the person, I just stay away from them. You know, I don't get it. Like I said, I don't. No, you can take that shit. Take that siren, stick it up your ass sideways. Okay, with capital letters. That's the way I feel about it. Forget that shit. You dog me once, that's enough. Okay, forget, forget that. And this is an entertainment application. I could just go somewhere else. I ain't got to be. Well, Jay Dunn is also mad because remember I told y'all about a week ago or a little over a week ago that Lemon said nobody couldn't buy Jay Dunn out the pound. Didn't I tell y'all it was gonna be a goddamn problem? Well, it turned into a problem the other night. He let somebody buy her ass out the pound, and she haven't had a fit. Okay, but I said I told y'all it was gonna be a problem. I said he need to make that shit very clear, and I said all of that. You know it's gonna be a problem. Well, it turned into a problem the other day. And then she wanted, like, if the Otto guy was on the panel, she don't want to be up there. So that's extra work. Remember, putting this one up, taking the one down. This one up and putting up. You know, everybody that she don't like, she don't think she's supposed to be on the panel with her. When you can sit up on the panel and not say nothing to the person. Now, I did Tulsa like that the other night. She was spoke to everybody when she came up on Lemon Panel, and I just sit there on mute. Hey, viewers, Bill. Girl, was you at Kimmy's the other day? Did you see that sex machine? Kimmy showed it on her channel. A viewers of view. I don't have a clue how that thing worked. Okay. And I looked on Amazon. It come with a wrench, girl. It come with a wrench. It's hard hat area when you work on that contraption again. Child, please. But I just had to say that because View came in late. I just want her. That's what I was talking about, and that's why I named this what I named it. Okay. Uh, now let me get back to what I was talking about. Let me see what else I said. Oh, like I said, Pizarro and Dory been going at each other. Both of them been going live on each other, and they asked Pizarro at over YouTube cameras a while ago. Is this gonna be it for you and her going back and forth? And she said if Dory make another live on her, she gonna cuss her out again. Okay. So one of them going to stand down. I don't know which one. And the other night on Passes, Ness hit the pound. And because she hadn't been over there since Pastor went over to her channel when he thought he was looking good in that his Sunday's clothes, which he did look nice. He had a pretty hat on too, and he looked really handsome. But Ness went on his panel and he said that she could be up there, but she said he told her do not ask him nothing out of hand. Out of the like you did me over at your panel. Don't you ask me no bullshit. That's what he was saying in some in the word. And he said, if you gonna talk like you got some sense, yeah, you can stay up here. But if you talk like you ain't got no sense, you gotta go. Okay. But they was talking and stuff, and then she wanted, she's asked him, would Dory be able to come back over there? And he said no. He said he don't want her back over there right now. He said I gave her 5 days to come with the dress. Why are you dragging me like that? And she didn't come. So right now the answer no. It might change in the future, but right now I don't want her over here. You know, and I understand that. But he didn't say she could never come back. He just said not right now. And that's what he needs to start saying. And I think a lot of people on YouTube, when they get into it with these people, don't say I ain't never gonna talk to them again. Because every time when I say that, they wind up, apologizing to each other and they become friends again. And so I think, because it make you look like weak. It make you look like the biggest liar on YouTube when you say do that. When you say that bitch can't never come back over here, it's up and it's stuck, and the next thing you know, y'all back cool. I ain't got time for that shit, okay? But if they want to keep doing that out here in YouTube land, they can have edit. Paulette ain't gonna do it, okay? At all. I don't want no apology. Fuck our apology. Okay? Rico, you hear me? I don't want your apology. You take that and stick it up your ass, okay? Sideways, capital letters. Let me make sure I spoke to you right. In the last live I did, I was talking about the lady Chanel from the 3B sector, the one that they allegedly, but now I'm gonna say for real, got arrested for taking money from an old lady. I don't know how far I got into that, but I'm just gonna give y'all an update of what happened since I was on live the last time. There are people in the Mo 3B sector that is saying that's right sector that are making up excuses for why she did what she did. They are saying maybe the lady had Alzheimer's or dementia. That news article, it didn't say nothing about no dementia. Why would you add that into it? And the police report don't say nothing about that because they have found the police report over in the Mo 3B sector and they have read what the damn thing say. They going by what the lady told, and more information came out, and it's like from people that sent her camp. Well, men got up there and said today and did like three welfare checks for that lady. I guess when they found out where she was at, and I guess it took three times of the police going over there and said, "Hey, is she here? Let us see here. Let us see her. How they do a welfare check. I ain't never had one done. I don't know what the process is. Well, I guess the last welfare check, it wasn't right. Or it caused alarm. You know, uh, the lady started talking, and that's why the girl got arrested. Okay, they saying that. Uh, okay, now on the article it said that the girl had like medical power of attorney. She didn't have financial power of attorney. She was supposed to receive like $2,000 a month for the taking care of the lady, but she was writing checks and stuff, and they say they got footage of her going in and out the bank. You know, uh, and then I told y'all about the shopping sprees. Well, they saying like the people that's in her camp were saying that this money that the girl had, you know that that wasn't the mama money. And then they saying you don't know what kind of relationship they had. They might have had a friendship. I don't give a damn if they did have a friendship. If they did, it wasn't a friendship. You could take my money out the bank, you know, and it wasn't a friendship that I put you financially over my money. It wasn't that kind of friendship. So where did friendship shit come from? I think the lady just got duped, into she was fooled by thinking this lady was going to be a good character keeper for her, which she was a good caretaker for the lady husband before he passed, and so she called her to ask for her. You want to work for her. It's a difference in working and taking. You know, so they can't. I ain't that dog ain't hunting with me. You know, and I'm just going by the police report and what the news said. And it'll be figured out in court. The mama, if she's still living when court comes, this gonna be figured out. And if the lady passed, she's still gonna have to go to court. She's gonna have to explain herself what she did. So we'll see, child. We'll see. And another thing they thinking is, her crew thinking that she'll get like probation. I don't know what she's gonna get. I don't know how strict the laws are in St. Louis concerning stuff regarding the elderly. I don't know. But, you know, I we'll see, child. Okay, let me get and Chanel, she is back over there. She's making videos also on her channel. Um, you know, life goes on. I guess that's what she say. Life goes on. Um, let's see. Hey, Cookie Monster. Let me see what else I said. Child, I might have to get my notes now. I think I done went off my head. Oh, another thing. Now, y'all know I'm crazy about SD, even though he don't like me, okay? I'm all kind of old bitches to him. Well, one day I noticed he went live one morning. I said, let me get over here and see what SD talking about. And he was not happy, child. He was mad. He was hotter than fish grease. And so I said, I didn't drop down, but I'm in the clouds. And I said, what is wrong with him? Man? Why he cussing and why he so mad? And so I read about it back to see. Well, he was mad at Nurse Cree, which, like her YouTube, where she be on here. Now her name is Nurse K, but they be calling her Nurse Cree. She's a lady, a content creator from the 3B sector. Well, he had been over to her channel, and the shit didn't work out, okay? And I kept forgetting to go to see what happened. Well, I was moving around the streets, so somebody was discussing it. So I remember, hey, I got to go over here and see what happened with Nurse Free. Which SD went over there, and there's some ladies was up there. They was having a good conversation, having girl talk, gossiping about what's going on YouTube. Well, he got up there and with that bullshit, you know, I don't know what's wrong with you, Nurse Free, and this and that, and you don't need to hang around with such and such, and you don't need to do this, and you don't need to do that. Well, she was telling them, I do what I want to do. You can't tell me what to do and this and that. Well, one word led to the other, and they got the cuss. And she called him all kind of bitches and stuff. And then he was like, I don't know why you talking to me like that. I didn't even say nothing to you. SD, you went over there to her channel and you was acting a damn fool. And she got tired of you. And who else was up there? Somebody else was up there dragging his ass too. And then Mink come up there and he got on the Mink. And it was a damn mess. Well, after he got his gut good full of cussing, getting cussed out and talked to like a dog, that's why he went over his channel, and cranked up the live and stuff. And then he was wanting people to feel sorry for him. Well, Jade had hit the link and Mahia hit the link over his channel when he was, talking, cussing and stuff. And so he was telling Jay, shut up, bitch, and all that kind of stuff. And he get mad and he drop her. Then he let her come back up and then like Texas 713, because they got a room out over there in the 3B sector. The Texas 713 and Jay spent some time together the other week. And I guess they supposed to have these grown folks thing that they were going together. Well, first he was saying he didn't believe it, but when Texas 713 come in there to chat, honey, he cussed him out and was talking just bad to 713. And then he told Jay, you get your ass down there, your man down there, bitch. And he threw her off the panel again. And Mahal was saying, uh, let 713 come up here and y'all talk it out and see. It might be a misunderstanding between you guys. But he don't like 713 because of 88. He used to go with 88. And he also don't like her because the rumor that's after her Jade and him messing around. Well, he finally let 713 come up there and he put Jay back up there. And he was saying, don't nobody say shit, bitches. Y'all shut the fuck up and I'm gonna talk. Let me talk. And he went on and on and on and on. And he got mad. He cussed 713 out and Jay. And then he cussed 713 out and he throwed him off the panel and he threw Jay right with him. And I was hollering because 713 didn't get to say a word. Do you hear me? He didn't get to say shit. SDB acting a damn fool over there. And then he let Jay come back up there. And I think it was Gina. Well, child, let me tell you what happened to Gina on I think she did it on her channel. She always talking about ain't nobody y'all can't contact my kids because somebody sent them pictures of her cool cat. She been sitting all over YouTube with somebody's Candy or the girl named Candy. She sent the stuff to her kids, the picture of her cool cat. And so since she did that, she came back on YouTube and said what she had did that I sent your kids your cool cat. And she was saying, so they're not gonna say nothing to me about it. And bitches, y'all, my kids know better. They wouldn't dare say nothing to me about it. And Candy been saying she ain't said that your kids ain't said nothing after getting that. She was saying they know better. They ain't gonna say I'm their mother. They respect me. And so I guess she got tired of people asking her about that. And they say she went louder than I missed and said her son phone number, and put it up on the community wall and said, if you bitches, y'all call y'all call my son, he ain't gonna talk to you motherfuckers, you hoes. My kids love me and they respect me and they will never say nothing against me. But child, cool and called the goddamn boy. And he wasn't talking. They say he wasn't talking nothing nice about her. Now I have not found that video when Cooler called that boy on live, but honey, he was talking to Cool, and he was saying, "Oh, she got problems," and she was talking. He was like giving her history, and honey, uh, Gina been madder than hell. And then everywhere she goes, she get bought out the panel, so she can't really get to drag or irritate people, and it is killing her. Do you hear me? But all that shit she talked about everybody, she knew somebody was gonna call that number, and they say that Cool and ain't the only one that calling it. They say all kind of people calling that boy. When something goes wrong, and now she's saying now the boy's 30 something. And she said, he's on my plan, both my kids on my damn phone playing. And all you bitches that been calling the number, I'm gonna get y'all shit and I'm turning it in to the goddamn police. Honey, it's too late for that. You don't want to put the phone number out there. You just a big dump. And your child, he gonna get harassed by these people on YouTube until they get tired or until he change his damn number. But I don't believe she paying for his phone bill. You know, how many people mama paying for their phone and they're in their 30s, and he don't live with her, he out on his own, and I don't believe he on now she might be on his phone paying because she ain't got no job. And child, she was saying she was gonna get unemployment. She got denied, child. Whatever she done on her job, she got denied. Okay? And see what it was, they told her to go to these classes. And she did not go. And so she didn't get it. She did not get it. And they say that her problem started and she lied about whatever with that child. They say her problem started because she failed a drug test. And I'm sure that the program they wanted her to go to was not an anger management, it was a drug program. And she didn't go, you know. In some kind of way, she do not get no unemployment. And she says she not gonna look for a job to June, you know. So I don't know. And she had got her income tax about 2 weeks ago, and she was giving Woo like $100 in the morning and night, just giving people money. Well, the hoe done got broke already. She done blew all that money, which it was $6,000. That's not a lot of money, but most people that get now. I know when I got my income tax, I did not blow my money. I did some things that I needed to do, you know, for his bills or something that I needed or I've been wanting, but not too big because I had kids and I couldn't like splurge and all that kind of stuff. I would do for my kids, do my bills, and buy things that I need. Like for my house or repairs and stuff like that. Okay, and then I put the rest of it in the bank and just get a little bit every once in a while throughout the year. Now I don't know how other people do it. That's on them. But I'm just telling you what I did with my money. That food blow. She was going down on Fremont in Vegas, was just the like ghetto, and you can get all kind of drugs and prostitutes and stuff be down there. Well, she was going down there renting rooms, so a lot of the money went to room, for renting rooms and hanging out. So that's on her. I hope she had fun when she spent her money, but she is tapped out. She ain't got no money now. Do you hear me? She has spent her money on YouTube and just throwing it in the wind. And then she had a man. Now I don't know what happened to him, but they took a trip to California. That was before she got her income tax about a month ago. And I don't believe the trip went good because she haven't been talking about him. And she had another fella the other night, a couple of nights ago at the room with her. Because she put a lot of shit on YouTube, which I would not do. But, she good and grown. She can do what she want to do. Okay? Hey, real low key. Yeah. Let me see what else I say. Let's see. Oh, and on Rodney Live, I'm going back to that, okay? Another thing that happened on that live, he had put a picture up there, and I was saying, what's that? It was like from the back of a person. And he said he got that picture from QB Live off his community wall, and I forgot to go over there to see. But he said that was J Dub. I don't know if it was J Dub, but whoever the person is, oh my God. He I just don't know. But he said that she was bad built, slew footed, knock kneed, that she was a wait a minute. That Rodney said that J Dunn was a bad built, slew footed, knock kneed bitch. Nobody want her, you know, and that nobody wanted her. And that guy audio pup or audio whatever, Polo, she said that that man wouldn't have her, which I believe that too. That boy don't want her. He ain't but 27 years old. And he said the way her legs were scrubbing each other, you know, whoever this person is, they legs rub together to their knees. So he was saying that he bet she was black between the legs, and y'all know that Jadon is very yellow. Okay, and she told Dory that Pisa was up there, and she told Dory that she need to stop lying to Jadon. No, yeah, she need to lie. No, Rodney told Pisa that she need to quit lying to Jadon like she looked good, because she said that he said that her face and her body was fucked up. He also said that Jadon was pathetic. Oh, Pisa had got up there and she was dragging Voodoo Badu. That's the one that I told y'all mother passed, and they were talking about, she was talking about his mom and stuff. And like I said, I hope that don't make that boy go over the edge. And she also told him that he had to beg for money to bury his mother. And she was asking him what was wrong with him. Why come you can't get yourself together? She was talking about he looked brittle, like his bones would break. I think he's just a small person. They wear kind of large clothes. He dresses different. He dressed like kind of like I just say kind of like a flower child. Kind of on that. Like wearing scarves and things like that, and hats, like top hats, and he wore like sometimes psychedelic colors and stuff like that. But I know people that dress like that. And he just different. And that's his style. That's what he like. So I can't say nothing about it. Okay. And when Dory and her was into it, because I'm reading my notes now. First, I was going off the top of my head. Now I'm reading up what the notes I made, and she said that fuck that shit that Pizarro was talking. That you ain't gonna Pizarro wasn't gonna tell her when and like what she can say and when she can say it and what she can and what she can't say and do. Okay. And then Ken Nola got up there. I forgot about that. Him and Dory went at it, but they've been into it for a while. But then they'll pull back. But then every once in a while, Ken gonna come back. So and then Dory gonna say something to him. So I think because they had was cool at one time because they were talking about strike teams together. When they was with Kimmy and all that kind of shit. So something happened between them, and then he started talking about her husband, the Rolex guy. He was talking about him like being a cattle rustler and all that kind of shit. And he was they was going back, they were going at it. And then she was telling him that that little girl that he be saying is his, that is not his child. She said that's his wife child, that he was the stepdaddy. And she was asking him what's wrong with him, why come he ain't got no kid? Insinuating there was something wrong with his like sperm count. And she told his wife that she don't blame her. She wouldn't have no baby with Ken. She told her that's a good thing that that she didn't have a baby with him yet. And she gave her a shout out. She shouted out Miss Ken Nola for not having a baby with him because he wasn't shit. And then Ken started teasing her about how intrinsic drug her, you know, because her and intrinsic got into it somewhere. I can't remember. But they got into it and they was dragging. Maybe I made a note of that. And Otto called Ken a ussy, popping, hoe, gay. Okay, and that's where 357 is where I found out. why Gina lost her job, and I also found out that she got denied her unemployment. And Stop Lying TV, he got mad because Charnel wouldn't hit his panel so he could discuss her, the financial death of that old lady. Where he got mad because she was in the chat, but she would not hit the link. So he got mad and he denounced Meek and all of the Meek Mob crew. He said if anybody came in his chat with like the pink hearts, because that's a sign that you are in the Meek Mob crew, in the mod squad, he said that if they any of those people come in his chat to block them, and he denounced me. And then like when I told you about Nurse K's at wait a minute. Okay, Fifi, that's who was up there with Nurse K. And she was telling SD that he had charges. And SD was saying, no, I ain't got no charges. What are you talking about? And she was saying, you got charges. And she was, started saying stuff to him like charges to go to jail. And so, he had said about a year ago, he said when he hear Purple Rain, he be feeling like going off. He want to do something bad to somebody. And she started playing Purple Rain, and she had it down kind of low. But then when he was trying to say, "What are you talking about, you fat bitch?" and all of that kind of stuff, he was calling her retarded and stuff. And honey, she turned Purple Rain up as high as it could go, and I was hollering. Oh shit! And he started whining. After he done been big bad, cussing her out, calling her retarded and you slow and you big fat hole and all that kind of stuff. Then he started telling Nurse K, why you letting her talk to me like that name, this and that. And honey, Fifi was tearing his ass up. Y'all hear me? It was so funny. And then Meek got up there and she really wasn't saying nothing. And he turned on her. He cussed her out for he would call her a CPS calling hoe. And then he was calling Fifi, Judge Fifi, he was calling her a retarded ass, Mari show asshole, because she been on the Mari show before, and it said you are not the father. He was calling her wait a minute, and he was telling her to get your fat ass out of there, like get away from that panel. He didn't want to talk about it, and he said don't nobody fuck with her, fat bitch. And she would call him a fuck nigga. Uh, and he cussed Mink out. And then he seen Book in the chat, and he cussed Book out and was he said he was flamed up, and he said that wait a minute, he was saying telling them that he would expose 88. Now 88 wasn't nowhere near that panel. She wasn't in that live. And then he started talking about he'll expose her. Now why you want to expose her? And you ask her, she know I'll kill one of y'all, and all that kind of stuff. He was telling Fifi she didn't know who her baby daddy was and she was a broke ass. And Nurse K said that when he came, he disrespected her. And she said she wasn't going to take that kind of disrespect from him calling her bitches and stuff. And honey, she drug the shit out of SD. You know, she said he was calling her hoes and bitches. And she said that, he's a play runner. And she said, fuck all of them. And she said he was weird and she was sick of him. And he said that she said he was dead to her and they get the fuck out, away from her. Okay? And you know how he kept telling all of them, Meek, Judge Fifi, and Nurse Katie, didn't nobody fuck with him. And Meek said, "Nigga, don't nobody fuck with you. Why you keep hitting links of people that don't like you?" And she told him to he got charges, and she said to drop it. And that's when Nurse K dropped it. And that's when he went and made his live. Okay. Okay, let me go down. Wait a minute. Trying to go down, child. This thing, if I make it big, I'm scared I'll lose. It'll might knock me out again like it did the last time I was on live. Cause see, some of these notes is from them. From the other day, cause I didn't get to finish, and then my computer wouldn't let me get back in. It would. I would get in, then it would throw me back out. Okay, now I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go over Kimmy live, and on her live, Ghetto was on the panel. He hit the panel. Mika hit the panel. J Don hit the panel. And Trizzy hit the panel. And I think some more people hit the panel, but I didn't put their names down. Okay, now what she was calling that sex machine was a pussy powered sex machine. Okay. And I told you guys about it, what J Dunn had said Intrinsic had sent her. And storyline wouldn't hit the link. So I'm guessing she have never been on nobody link. And then Intrinsic also said that she went to Atlanta, because she used to mess around with story time. She said that she went to ATL to see her, and she talked about how uh storyline ate her out, and she said that storyline asked her why come her pussy didn't taste like nothing, and why come it didn't smell like nothing. And Trinity say, what is she used to people, smelling like piss, you know, or don't wash their ass good. And she said that's what she was smelling like. I wash my ass. That's why come out and smell like nothing down there. Okay. And see, I didn't know her. Well, I don't care keep up with who going with who and who, we going to see each other and stuff. Okay. And she said that storyline was a homeless, broke bitch. And she said that she better leave her alone and she better watch her goddamn mouth. Cause she said that that's when she was telling she go live and expose a lot of shit. But she said if she don't, she can go on and press the gas, but she gonna press it harder in so many words. Okay. And she was telling her that she would dox the hell out of her. Okay. And like I said, she drug J Dawn. She drug J Dawn from sea to cat shining sea child. And Mika hit the link. This reason that she hit the link because she wanted to let trans know that she need to quit saying that she had, she was playing with her pussy for Benzone. She said she didn't play with her pussy. You need to stop saying that. And Intrinsic apologized again because see she apologized before, but she started back saying that uh, Mika had been playing with her coochie for Benzone, but she said no, but I did send her some like pictures in lingerie. She said, but as far as seeing her, sending her news or anything like that, or playing with herself, she said, I never had did that. And you quit saying that shit. I told you that before. Okay. And Mika also said that when she was trying to help Lemon and J Dunn with their strikes that Shakim put on, when Shakim did them false flags, she said that when she started trying to help them, she said that Ness and Intrinsic would attack her a lot of places that she would go, and plus like Ness crew, like the people that be at Ness's, they was attacking her all over YouTube too. And she said that she had never did nothing to trans, and she wanted to know why come Intrinsic was, you know, getting in that shit like that. Okay, and then she apologized again. And Shakim hit the link, and he started dragging J Don, but he didn't stay up there very long. DG went live the other day. Now I didn't stay the whole live because he was talking so slow, and this was Sunday, and he sounded like he was preaching and stuff, and I just didn't wasn't in the mood. He was supposed to denounce somebody, and he said something about Queen Lakers, so I'm thinking that maybe who he docs, was denouncing. But then before I went left his channel, he was saying that he was gonna announce the who he was denouncing in a minute. And I didn't have a minute, because he, like I said, he sounded like he was doing a sermon, and I wasn't in the mood for that, you know. And Jay Dunn, I can't remember where I was at, but she hit the link and she said that she flagged that audio guy. And the reason that she said she flagged him is because he had like her image on his channel. Like she said that she was in her swimming suit, it was a one piece, and that he was sexualizing her and all of that. I don't believe that boy. He might have been putting her picture up to make fun of her. I don't know, but I don't think that boy want her. She can't never make me believe that. And when Kimmy was last, she said that the sex machine on Amazon was $516.99, and they had another one that was $649.99, and they had a drip plate, and it was stainless steel. And when SD was live, when he was mad and cussing out Nurse Creed, he said that Nurse Creed wanted her. He didn't want. She wanted him, but he didn't want her. But see, SD now, I like SD, but like when he fall out with people, that's the first thing he'll say with the women is that they wanted him. And another thing he'll do, um, which the ladies have finally caught on, like when if you have a spat with him, he get mad, he'll play recordings like when you was talking to him on the phone or when you was texting him, he'll use that and see a lot of people they would erase the stuff and all of that, or either didn't record him. Well, see now people records him like he do them, and when they get into it, when they throw it in their face, when he throw it in their face, they firing back at him, and he do not like that at all. He can't stand it because he thought the other week he thought that boss lady had got rid of some texts from him because he got on the panel about a week ago and was saying that boss lady wanted him. She was in the chat and she got up there and she said, "Nigga, I ain't never wanted you." And I showed text what you were saying to me. Well, he had asked her before she started going off on him, did she still have the text between them? And she said no. And then that's when he started really going, like she wanted him and you tried to give me that and you wanted me to meet you and all that kind of stuff. And honey, that was that Big Lex. She said, Big Lex, you got and she said the Big Lex and some woman, I can't remember. And then ready to change the subject after he knew that she had it. He never did come up with nothing from her, but he looked like a fool. But you have to fight fire with these people because if they got some shit on you, they will use it. And SD, when he was mad, he also said that Mink didn't like none of the mod squad, but she like her crew. She got a good rapport with them. They got discourse and everything. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody gonna believe that. He might not like Mink, but other people do. And then he went back to Mink even after she called CPS on him. So here's what he be saying don't hold water. But like I said, I do like him. But I know how he moved. And then I think Cupcake was supposed to interview King James. Because you remember that I told you guys he used to date her and then he asked her to marry him and all that. And everybody was saying no, which she did turn him down. But she was supposed to have interviewed him. Now I don't know what happened. I don't know if she interviewed him or not. Well, SD was saying that he was mad at Cupcake because he was saying she had a nerve interviewing that nigga. And he talked about how she smelled downstairs, talked about she was nasty, our house was nasty and all that. Which the girl got a badass apartment, okay? She ain't no chump at all. She got a badass condo. They got a place where you could bath your dog and all that kind of shit. It's real fancy. So you can't make me believe she nasty. But see, King James was saying that goddamn shit. But didn't nobody believe him either. Okay, now one night over at Lemons, Pizza hit the link. Lemon, out that audio Polo, Ken, Tulsa, uh, Binary, Malik, Miss Magnificent, and Shauna. They all hit the link at different times, because his lives be long. Um, you know, people dragging each other and this and that. Let me go down and see what else. The other note I made on that. I don't think a whole lot happened on there that night. And Jadon, she was up there before her and them got into it about him buying her down. Let's see what else. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, now Pizza went live. And she had like Lemon, a auto polo guy, Ken, Tulsa. No, that was Lemons. Okay, now it's skipping, so I got to go to Pizza. Uh, she on her live, one of her lives, because she have done several lives since I went live the last time, and she said she was tired of giving the charity. Like when people come over there asking for the intels to help, I'm having a hard time. I need help with that, and she said that she in the future it's gonna be only for the intels. And then she told everybody to drop their link. They cash out. They could drop that in the chat. And Ness was in the chat, and she said everybody but Ness that the intels wasn't giving her nothing. And I thought that was good. And she was saying that the Ness was having trouble paying her light bill. Now she has trouble paying her light bill and her rent, but she's supposed to have an executive job. That bitch just tell lies. And Ken then was asking Otto, I'm gonna just call him Otto. That polo shit, I don't want to do that. Otto said Ken was asking him about why he lived with his mother and all of this and all of that. Well, he said that I think he lived with his mama because he had to jump on his stepdaddy because his stepdaddy was like getting rough with his mother. Which, if that's the truth, I don't blame him. You know, you could get up off my mama, and if I had to move in with my mother, if she was having an issue with someone like that, I would do the same thing. And then Tulsa, when she was up there, she was saying that she was trying to get with Otto. But I think Otto wasn't on the panel at that time. And Tulsa also said that Ken and Otto live off of women. And Jadon was on the panel, and she said that on February the 10th, because she's mad at uh, Ness right now, and she said that Ness on February the 10th, 2020, that her mother, that's when she had her evicted. You know, she took her to court, and she like on the court documents, Jadon said that Ness' mother said she was living on $1,400 a month, and Ness wouldn't help her pay the bills, or like I guess she was getting food stamps and she wouldn't even pay for that. And she was saying that she take care of Ness and her child, her son, and she couldn't do it anymore. And in 20 in 2020, Ness was 32 years old. And you know, on YouTube, somebody, I don't know where they come with that 29 shit, but she ain't been 20, she ain't gonna see 29 again till she 129, okay? So that means that she 37 right now, not no damn 29. And Tulsa also said that Dory, because Dory was up there, she said that Dory was look like it looks like that Dory was more loyal to Ness than her, which it is. And Dory was like laughing in her face, telling her, "Hey, you my YouTube bestie. You know, we not friends in the real world." You know, she was like telling her in so many words, "Bitch, you need to wake up." And she said that that Dory be telling her like when they're not online, when they be talking on the phone and stuff, that she don't really like her going over the passes, you know. But Tulsa like going over the passes, and so I wouldn't let nobody run me. And Tulsa told her that in so many words that she was trying to control her, and she wasn't gonna let her control her. She gonna go where she wanna go. And then she said, "Let me get off this panel before I cuss this bitch out," because like Dory was going over the line for Tulsa. So I'm thinking that their YouTube or bestie ship is over. Okay. And child, I laughed so hard on this here. Jackie went live and her like when her live came on, her and Big Baby was up there. And Big Baby had a picture as her avatar of Chanel mugshot. Okay, and they was talking about how the cat is the main reason that the lady got rescued. Okay, and Big Baby was saying that the cat. Wait a minute, let me get it. I screamed when she said this, Lord. Uh, Big Baby was saying that the cat was quacking, and, and Jackie was saying, "No, cats don't quack." And she said, "Cat's meow." And Big Baby kept on saying that cat was quacking. And then she was saying the cat was barking. That's how come the police was doing the wellness check. Cause that cat was raised as hell. And that cat, he couldn't learn it. He was hungry. He couldn't learn it. He quit meowing. He started quacking and barking, y'all. Who they had me laughing? And Big Baby, she was yelling, "Chanel, you get your ass back down here on YouTube. You on YouTube any other time?" She's screaming that, y'all. I was laughing at them. She said, "Bring your ass back out here on YouTube. You be here any other time. Bring your ass here." And they said she was hiding out. And then Big Baby said that she was over there on Facebook and Chanel that was over there on Facebook hiding out. And then she pulled up to Facebook and, they was looking at the articles and all of that kind of shit. And Jack was saying, "Don't put that shit on my page." And this is what the note that I made. Uh, that I said that the hero in the case, number one is the cat, two, the neighbors, three, the old lady, no, the police, and four, the little old lady for keeping her cool, so that crazy bitch didn't kill her, and five, the jail. Now, with that, Chanel had took the lady phone and her checkbook and stuff like that. See, she didn't have no way to communicate, to call out. Now, I'm wondering if she got any family, or when the last time, if she got family, did they talk to her? Do she have any children? It's just a lot of stuff like this up in the air. You know, um, that could have been a bad situation. And like I said, thank God for the cat, and whoever and the authorities getting involved. Because if you ain't got no phone, you can't contact nobody. And if a person got you locked up in the room, that's crazy. On that live, Mike Martin hit the link, Royalty hit the link, Sherry Berry hit the link, Callie's Kitchen, Tea Topics, Mia, and Boss Lady. It was a good live. Jackie had a good live. Tracy did a live, and she talked about Brooke and J Don being into it. And she's still dragging Pastor. And she said that the reason that she said that Heidi Flat has said that the reason that Pastor got his dog, and the dog is named Lyric, because it was somebody he was scared of. I guess in Texas or something. And so he got the dog for protection. And Heidi said she's told him to get a gun. But I guess, I don't know if he got a gun or not, but I know he did get a dog. And then she also talked about QI being head over heels with Mel, that white lady from that UK sector. I went by Coolins and she was doing like little short of people's lives, like playing a little bit of it and letting you hear what people were saying. When she played 357's, one of his older lives, and it was back with Chanel, how they would do the bow down game over there. Like, how, you buy them down, they get back up, you buy them down. Well, Chanel was buying Jackie and anybody Jackie food with, she was buying them off the counter, and she was telling them, how much, that she could keep buying them down because she had the money and bitch y'all broke and all of that. And then she would tell Broadway, I got you, I give you some money. And that was done back in November. And see, that was November was when that lady moved, her and that lady, made the arrangements for the lady for to take care of that old lady. So I guess that's when she started taking the lady money. And that's when she played too. That Mink had said that Chanel was not a caregiver. It wasn't a caregiver relationship, but a friends or family relationship. So I don't know how they come up with that. And then she also played a lad that book was saying about the dementia and stuff. And like I said, that ain't been in none of the articles that the woman ain't got good sense. And that's when Mink had said it was like 3 welfare checks. Like yeah, the welfare checks when they come and see if you okay. And see, we didn't nobody know they had 3 of them. Okay, now Rick Reed, he's still going live on Heidi. He said that because she's still talking about, when she be getting mad and stuff, she be telling on her live that she gonna have, take him to court, like for dragging her. And Rick Reed, so you can call and take me to court because my lawyer said I let him hear some of the stuff that you've been saying to me. And he was telling them, he ready to go to court. If you want to take it there, he'll take it there. He said court work both ways. What you do, there's a plaintiff and there's a defendant. You know, he was telling Hattie to leave him alone, and then he was saying, is this for real? Are we fighting, or are we play fighting? What you tell me what I need to do? Because he said, you know how hard I go, and I would think it'd be a good idea to me that that Hattie like bag off, because Hattie, is into it with like Deanna, Rick Reed, Mimi came out. Mimi checking fake hole. Reed, Deanna, she into it with everybody, but she's starting to fight, and she knows she needs to stop because she know how hard Rick go. Okay, but if she want it, he gonna give it to her. And the beef sector know what Rick give, and he was saying, "Let's go, bitch." And he said he was gonna top her YouTube head off, and he said he ready to slide her. He said he ready to slide her all over YouTube. And he want to know if they were beefing or not. He kept saying that. And Lord Child, he said that her grandmama was a prostitute. And he said her mama was a crack baby and a prostitute. And he said that he said that her kids was crack babies. And he wanted to know like if her daughter was a prostitute because it run in the family. And then he said, are we beefing or not? And he said he got her whole family information, like everybody around her. And he said the way he got it is the grandfather's obituary. That's how he got the names of the sisters and all of that and brothers. He said he got her whole family information. And he said that he gonna make a move, on everything. Okay? Told her you need to sit down. And he said, let's go docs for docs. And child, he showed the house that she was like raised in. It's boarded up. But he showed that house. And he said that if she don't leave him alone, he gonna do her like the house on Wizard of Oz when that house fall on the witch and her feet just hanging out. He said he gonna do it. Uh, damn, I can't. Now, my mind just went break. Y'all know the thing that people put a thumbnail. He said he gonna put a thumbnail with the house on top of her and her feet hanging out with the toes curled up. He said she better leave him alone. And he was saying that that house that she was raised in, that's where her mama, he had her and her mama sending coochie out of. And he kept saying, leave me alone. Go away. Go back your way. Get the fuck away. And he just kept saying, leave me alone. And he said he already reached out to her daughter. And her daughter is not happy with her. He said her granddaddy died in November. Okay. Highly, I suggest you leave him alone, child. All right. Then I was at Lemons and Otto Pup was up there and he said that Jadon had lied on him. And he said that he been around, like in the clouds listening and he drops down, finally start dropping down. But he said that he heard Jada name a lot, like over at Ness's, and he went to her page, and that's he heard about the sex machine and all that over at Ness's, and I'm sure he heard about the sex machine other places. Uh, Miss Magnificent, she hit the link and she drew up Truth Enterprise, and she said that she was dragging Truth Enterprise because she lied on her name. She called Truth Enterprise a lying piece of shit. And Binary got into it with Malik. And he wanted to know how did it feel. Wait a minute, wait a minute. I think I'm doing this wrong. Oh yeah, this is what he was saying. Yeah. Okay, Binary was saying to Malik, uh, how did it feel when Brooke kicked his door in and seen him dicking down another woman? He said he wanted to know how it feel for his wife to be stroking Pills blue stick, which is a mod stick, but he kind of made it sound like it was a ding ding. And he wanted to know uh, about how it feel that your wife had phone sex with pills and was talking about meeting him in Vegas. Lovely Love and Binary got into it. And she wanted to know why was he on Malik dick. That's what Lovely Love wanted to know. And they was going back and forth. Okay. And that night, that day that SD was talking to, when he was mad at Nurse Free and AKA Nurse K, he wanted to know that he was telling Mahia that he think he a celebrity, don't he? Oh. And he said that SD said that when he looked at Chanel, like her mug shot without makeup, he was talking about this. She wasn't attractive at all. And he said that he see why that Meek thinks she the finest thing, and he think that she the finest thing in the mod squad. That all the pink hearts, he was saying they probably was ugly. Boo hit the panel, and when that fool hit the panel, she had SD picture up, and he didn't notice it. She was up there a long time. She had left and come back and all of that, and he had been cussing people out and Jade and just cussing and cussing, cussing. But when she came back up there, every time she got ready to, Boo got ready to say something, he would tell her to shut up. But that was, you were telling everybody to shut the fuck up and shut up. And he was up there, and he didn't realize that she had his picture up, when she had his picture up the whole time. When he seen his picture, he asked her what the F she was doing, and he throwed her off the panel. That was so funny. Ooh, Lord Jesus. But before she left, she had put, when she first got up there, when we first got up there, she put something in the back check. And he read it and he was like, wow. And then he said, can I tell it? And she was saying, no, do not say what that is. And he said, okay. So I don't know what news that she had gave him, child. And I'm surprised he didn't say it, but then they say he made a couple of more lives and I missed them. And he might have said something about that. Okay, baby. And Gina had hit the panel. He kicked her out. He cussed her out and kicked her out too. And this, Mahia, because he was going off so bad, and Mahia told him to calm down before you wind up in the crazy house again. And SD said he don't care, that he enjoyed being in the crazy house. He said he had a good time. He had like a girl that he was talking to, but not trying to go with. But he said he had a good time in the crazy house. And I was hollering, do you hear me? Okay. Then he was talking about Jade wearing makeup and and all that kind of stuff. And I got tired of that because some ladies like to wear makeup because I wear makeup. Jade and Gina got into it also. And then Jade went live later on, and she said that the reason that he cussing her out and acting crazy with her is because she don't want him. She don't want him anymore. She want to just be cordial. Uh, and people was asking her in the chat why come she let him cuss her out like she do, which they were saying that at his chat too. And she was saying because it don't matter. She said like when it don't matter that he cuss out. She said because that she just don't want no parts of him. She don't want him. I think she come on here when she ain't got nothing to do, you know, and you want to see him mad, out of his body. Okay, now Reed went live and her and Quanny got into it somewhere. I think it was at Passos. That's what I heard. Now I don't know, but I did try to find the live when her and Reed got into it at Passos. I wanted to see if they got into it at Passos. I couldn't find the live, but Pastor usually keep his lives up, so I'm not, I haven't heard anything about him taking that live down. but it might have been somewhere else they got into it. Well, Reed did a live on 20, and she said that 20 had been drunk for 3 days. Uh, that she been slurring. She called her bald headed, scallywag bitch. Uh, she told her she just lonely. You know, she said that she was a lonely, trifling bitch. Uh, she called her a regular ass bitch. She said she was gonna fuck around and die. And she said that the reason that she drinking and you know, I haven't been listening to Kwani. I haven't been over there, but they Reed said that she had really been showing out and cussing and stuff, cussing a lot of people out. And she said that the reason that she doing this, she just depressed, you know. But Kwani, she always did drag, you know. To me, she just Kwani, doing this, what she do. If she finds somebody she want to drag, she'll drag them and she'll talk about you really bad. That's just her. She drags James, Sean, BS. And they say she wanted to talk to BS again, but I know BS ain't gonna do it because when she had agreed to talk to her, I think over at Dovies, Kwani wasn't talking to her right. So VS bounce, you know. So I don't think that she'll agree to talk to her again. But she might. And she said that the reason that she be taking her lives down, some of them that she do, that Kwani will take or keep them live because she say that she be ashamed of how she talk, like Reed say she took the live she did on her down. And she said that the reason that she did because she was embarrassed. She didn't want nobody else to hear that. So she'll take them down. And she said that she was depressed because she was fucking, fuck that married man. Uh, and now she's upset that she living in a hotel. Now I don't know where she Kwani live. And she said Reed said that when Curtis got sober, that's when he broke up with Kwani because Kwani kept drinking. And when you quit drinking, you really can't be around nobody that drink because you'll start back. And I've seen that happen. And she said that Kwani was losing her hair. And she was gonna drink herself into a grave. And she said that somebody gonna wind up interviewing her daughter. And she said that this pointed mama said that she was an alcoholic. She said Quinny lost her job. And she say, Reed say she do her best to ignore Quinny, but she just won't leave her alone. And that's why she going at her. And she say she wished that Quinny was sober up and that Quinny was desperate. And she say she need to shut the fuck up. And she said that she Quinny need to do a show with Heidi, the junkie, and name it the junkie and the drunk. Okay, now I'm at Passos, and and he was still saying about Brian that he didn't strike Brian, And he said that he heard that Brian got pictures of him up, and he said if he was gonna strike him, he would have struck that. Okay, now I'm back at YouTube cameras. That's when Ken, he one day, now I don't know how many days ago this was because I was behind on YouTube camera, but a couple of days ago, she did a live, and Lady Snoop and Ken drug that audio guy. And see, another reason that auto guy is getting drugged, because when people try to talk to him and tell him like to make his journey easier, like in the beef sector, uh, he don't want to hear nothing, no advice from nobody, and he be like, he might give his whole name out. Well, see, he did that, and then he told about him and the stepdaddy getting into it, and allegedly Ken doxed him and found out that he had got them the strangulation charge in Vegas. Well, Otto was saying that wasn't him, but a lot of people think that is him because the person that's in Vegas that did the crime, that when they committed the crime in Vegas, they the same age, got the same name that Otto gave and all of that. So I don't know, because I didn't see that happen. Okay. But Otto, like I said, different guys have came up and tried to tell him, um, man, you don't be need to be giving out a whole bunch of information on yourself and this and that. And he be saying, I can say what I want to say. And, uh, I ain't scared, and I done been around YouTube and all of that. But one thing about it, he did make his meet his 1,000 subscribers since he been in the beef sector. Rico, the Sleaze, and Shakim, they was into it. Miss Magnificent, and I put on here her mic was micing. Okay, her mic was loud. She like her mic was overpowering them. So in the beef sector, the loudest mic win. And audio and Face Yaya had got into it, and he had got into it with Theo, Jadon, Creole Cherokee, like that Creole Cherokee guy. He had got up there was trying to tell him how to do his YouTube journey. Like you coming here too hard and you coming here wrong and this and that. He don't want to hear none of that shit. Okay, he, pizza. He was swinging on everybody. So if he want to make his trip like that through YouTube, he can. You know, um, and him and Ken, I'm gonna tell you, they have been each other really bad. Like I said, allegedly Ken doxed him, and Ken had wanted Lemon like to step in, but Lemon was saying, "I'm letting you go. Y'all both grown. Y'all do what y'all do, man. I ain't in this shit." Well, Ken had went over to Pizarro and was telling her about it. Was like telling her that he was saying that Lemon was gay and all that kind of stuff. Like everybody get mad at him, do that, you know. Until he tell me he gay, he ain't gay. Okay. But like some of them, like Shakim, now I said he was gay because was getting videos from people over there in that Umar set. He was the one lying like he wasn't gay. And they said that nigga had enough nerve to say that he wasn't gay the other day. Shakim, you gay. And like Dimple say, now I didn't see your sexy Twitter, but they was over at Nest the other day, and the stuff that Dimple say she saw over there, that you are very professional what you do, and they can't that's not gonna, you just can't say I ain't gay because you was enjoying yourself too much. That's what Dimple say on that freaking Twitter you got. Okay. But I think he has said what he said about not being gay because him and Rex is kind of cool. And Rex, say he cool with him because he trying to make him out to be a man. You can't make nobody be no man. The only person that can make a man be a man is a man. They have to do it themselves. It's some people that's like in their 70s that still act like kids. It's got childish ways. You can't tell them nothing. And Shaquille might be like that. He might be like that the rest of his life. But he needs to just quit lying, telling Rex that he's not gay. That's stupid. And then Malik and Binary had got into it somewhere. And no, this was over at Nika's. And so he was supposed to have met Binary the next day over on Binary. And they were supposed to hash it out. Well, Malik did not come to Binaries. And so that day, everywhere that Binary would go, he would call Malik out. Well, Malik never would come out. Well, over at Lemons one night, he finally came out. Well, Brooke came out first, and she was telling Binary to keep his name out, keep her name out of his goddamn mouth, and that if you into it with my husband, you just into it with my husband. Don't say nothing about me. And she was out of her body going off. Well, Malik hit the panel, and Malik didn't have a whole lot to say, and Malik wound up leaving. Lord Jesus, I can't. I'm through with that. Okay, I'm through with that. And Ness had also said on Pastors that she think Theo is gonna go against her for J Dunn. And Theo was up there, and Theo said no, because she said that Theo had said so many words that if you want to, what if you want to do it, let's do it. Like go ahead and go at each other. Well, Ness said she don't want to go against Theo. She said, but she don't want her saying like slash shit around J Dunn toward Ness. So both of them decided to go into their mutual corners. I ain't got no problem with you. You ain't got no problem with me. And I thought that was good because a lot of these arguments start over bullshit. Okay? So both of them going to be in their own corner. But J Dunn is still welcome at Theo. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. And uh, Pizza on one of her lives, they were still, her and J Don was still upset about the auto guy, okay? Because Pizza don't like him, J Don don't like him. And there's other people don't like him. If they don't like him, just stay away from him. Like he on them panel, don't say shit to him. And I think it'll be fine because y'all accepted Shaquille. And Shaquille won shit and still ain't shit. Even though I was going around here telling everybody how that nigga was, they didn't believe it. They was super chatting him. They were loving him. And some people still love him. I ain't got no problem with that. I just don't fool with him. And if y'all welcome Shaquille, Binary, all them folks, why y'all can't welcome that boy? And why come y'all mad at the people that have subscribed to that boy? Well, I'm not going to call him a boy, that young man. Why come, they got Shaquille to his thousand several times? Because Shaquille has lost several channels in the beef sector. Y'all keep getting him his thousand. But you got a problem with that boy, that young man getting his thousand. I don't see what the problem is. Y'all can do just like I do. I don't fool with Shaquille, but when I want to drag his ass, I drag it. And ain't nothing nobody can do about it. He called me one bitch too many. Okay? And that's why I'm going to drag him. He called me all kind of old bitches. I don't care. I calls him out of his name. It is what it is. Y'all don't like Otto. If y'all want to keep dragging him, drag it. But don't get mad at other people because they don't. You know. Because I talked to y'all about, I talked to you, Pizza, on your panel about Shaquem. Okay? And you say that you know that how to be sector, they love men. But why come with people that love you care about that Otto, why come, Lemon like him? Why come y'all got a problem with Lemon like it? That's Lemon channel. He can like who he want to and have who he want to on his panel. And if you have a big problem with him while he over there, just don't go on the panel or leave the channel. But that's what I do. And people be on these panels I don't care for. Like I can't stomach, can't stand to see. I get the hell away. I go to somewhere else because YouTube is big. I don't sit there and boil and then start. Uh-uh. There's a lot of people on here I don't care for, but I ain't got to say it, but I don't fool with them. They don't fool with me. Okay? Uh, Child, I was over at Mysterious, and it's this guy named SSI, that's from the Mo3 Beef sector. He was over at YouTube cameras this morning. And he always say, sweet, stuff like that. You have to get to know him to understand his character on here. A lot of people don't want to get to know him, okay? Because he can get kind of graphic. Well, he was graphic over at Mysterious. And he was into it with Gina. And he told Gina that he would have her and her nigga suck his thing at the same time. Child, he is so ignorant. And he said Gina was nasty, nasty. Lord. And then he got on New Era, and he was saying that he had New Era to suck his thing. And he said he would get New Era do it so hard in his booty that every time he told me New Era could hit him, that he would do it so hard in his booty that every time he walked, he would be shitting blood. I was saying, damn. Ooh, oh my God. New Era, he was talking about messing you up, man. Shit. I would never say nothing to him no more on the panel. Oh shit. And Woo and Woo Woo and Gina got in. Woo and Gina was cussing out Toya. And Woo was telling her that Toya had effed on her period. And she was saying she nasty. And Gina said she was nasty. And and that she had effed in front of her kids. And Gina also said that Sean G would be home in 9 days. I can't remember how many good days ago that this live was, because I didn't date it, and plus I ain't been on in a while, so I get lost on the time. On. And they called her a low budget hoe and a slow hoe. And Tanya said, "Why y'all worried about what she do with her coochie? She can do what she want with her coochie. They need to worry about their own." And she told them they were fanned out. Uh, and Gina said, "F DG, and the flawless hoes. Okay. I mean, and New Era King was saying that TT, who is transparent talk, he said that she was the queen of the Mo3 beef sector. Okay, let me see what else I got. I think I'm getting close to the end, child. Okay, now other day, Vic went live, and he was upset. He had been live for a little while, and when I got over there, I just stayed in the clouds just to be nosy to see what was wrong with him. Um, he said that his wife got T-boned in their car, and that the car got thrown in the ditch, and that she had been in the hospital. She hurt one of her legs. It hurt one of her legs really bad. He said that she'll probably have to wind up going to therapy. Um, the car's not drivable. You know, he said that was their only vehicle, and he said that when his wife got released, that she couldn't come up the stairs at their home. That she had to go with and stay with her sister, her and Via, the little girl. They went. Well, she's not no little girl no more. She pretty good size now, 13, 14, something like that. But she over there with her mom. She went with her mom. And I could understand that because even though her sister loved her and she was there for to do a lot for her, because she loved her sister, but her sister probably worked. Uh, her sister got her own life. And it's good that the little girl went with her mom because she could do a lot of stuff for her mom that the sister don't have to do. So I don't see nothing wrong with that. But other people saying that the girl need to be on with her daddy. Well, why? She got a mom and a dad. I don't see nothing wrong with that girl going with her mom. But I heard that his wife is back home now. I don't know how true that is. I heard that in the streets. Uh, and I hope everything get better. Vic said that they had got approved for a home loan. They were gonna move on up, but I don't know. That's in limbo now. But he said he just found that out that day that he did that video. Uh, Let me see what else he said. Did he say anything else? He said he had been on the phone like with the towing company, the finance company, just all kind of stuff, which that happens. And he was crying too. And he said that he felt like he was having a heart attack when he found out that she had been in an accident like that, being T-boned. He said he felt like he was having a heart attack when he heard that. And I thought that was sad, which I can understand. They've been together forever. You know, he don't want nothing to happen to his wife. But everybody, a lot of people been saying that he was lying. I don't know, but they saying he lied. But they say he do have another. Well, he said this on Lemons the other night. He said he got him another car, but it ain't. It's just a car to make sure he can get to work and home. That his sister or somebody had been taking him to work and stuff and picking him up in the morning. But he now he have a car, so he ain't got to depend on nobody else. And plus, intrude on anybody else. They might not get up at 5 o'clock or whatever time you get off in the morning. You know, but they love him and they was doing that. But he didn't want to be a burden, so he do have another vehicle, and I'm glad to hear that. Um, Another thing at Lemons the other night, him and ZX got into a heated argument. Because ZX don't see the bad side of everything. ZX got up there, was trying to, well, your wife, was she on your insurance? I wouldn't ask no damn questions to him. It ain't none of his fucking business. That's the way I feel about it. People on here ask you anything. It's none of their damn business. You know. None of it ain't business. Wasn't nobody asking him out of the ex out of question when his car was turned on his back like a turtle. His car, the picture they showed of his car, it was on his top. Wheels up in there, four wheels look straight up in the sky. People want to ask you no question about it. Now they did talk about it, but didn't nobody I didn't see you get grilled on no pound like you grilled him. It was a mess. And Vic, you've been on YouTube too long to be answering questions like that. Forget these people. But that was their business. That's grown men business. I just don't understand it. I ain't telling shit. And like when Pizarro was dragging Voodoo about his mama the other day, I wouldn't come on here and say nothing about nothing that going in my family, nothing bad, because people use that against you on YouTube. Okay, I have lost people since I've been on here. I never come on here crying and all of that, saying shit. 2 years later, I'll say, yeah, I lost a brother. Yeah, I lost a sister since I've been on YouTube. But you can bet one damn thing, y'all ain't gonna never know what happened to them. Y'all can bet one damn thing. If they was going through an illness, I didn't tell y'all shit. Because I would have been fighting mad if you talk about them badly to me. About this. Well, you can say that's why they did, but you'll never know why they died. You'll never know when they died. I didn't come on here and tell y'all shit. I didn't come on here and say when the funerals was. None of that shit. Like when my mama them died and went through their stuff. Y'all didn't know a motherfucking thing about it. Okay. Well, that's the way I run my goddamn shit. But y'all run y'all shit how y'all want to run your shit. Okay. Okay. Uh, YouTube cameras over YouTube cameras. One day I watched because, like I said, I haven't been in very many lives. I did her live today with her, but I was there from the beginning her live this morning to the end, just about to the end before I went live. But on this live, this was one of the replays I watched. Jadon and Brooke was into it. She wanted to know how do Jadon. She couldn't understand why Jadon is complaining about that auto guy and this and that and how he harassing her. But Jadon, she was saying, Jadon, you have harassed people on here. And she wasn't even feeling no way sorry for her. And then Jadon was gonna say that Malik had harassed people, and before she can get that out, Brooke said that Malik ain't harassing nothing but us. And I hollered, do you hear me? She said that's what that man was harassing. And QI got up there, and like I said, QI, I don't know what's wrong with her. I mean, she is mad at the world. She mad at Lemon. She mad at Resto. She is just, that's what when people was up there trying to talk to her, because Lemon and her, he was trying to take, get to the bottom of the issue. She wasn't hearing shit, y'all. And Lemon, you need to leave her alone on it. Just let her say what she want to say out in the street. She'll settle down. But right now, she hates you, and she hates Resto. And I would suggest just don't fool with her. Just don't try to see what the problem is. You ain't gonna never know, cause she not gonna get it out to you. If she wanna lie, y'all say she lying. Let her lie if that's what she wanna do. But she ain't hearing nothing right now. As long as she got that mom, cause she's protecting her. She don't want y'all saying nothing to that lady. You fighting a losing battle. Like Cruiser got up there and she was trying to talk to her. And what's the problem? QI couldn't control herself. She's right now, she ain't hearing that shit out of nobody, male or female. if it's concerning that lady. Until she get this out of her system, y'all fighting a losing battle, you know. And that's just all I can say about that. QI was so out of control over a YouTube camera that she turned on YouTube camera, start talking big shit, big girl shit to YouTube camera. And YouTube camera cussed her out and throwed her off her panel, told them to block her. She don't want to have nothing else to do with QI. You know, she cussed QI ass out good. Okay? And then QI wound up over at Nest later on. And she was still upset. And she was still dragging, threatening to fight me and all of that. You know? And like I said, right now, don't even try to talk no sense into her because she ain't got none right now. Now, she might come back, you know, to her senses later on. But for right now, I would talk to her. And like with that auto guy, with the men, y'all just need to let the man do YouTube how he want to, because he ain't want no advice from nobody on here. Let him do him, you know. And it is what it is, it is what it is. Now that's all I got, you know. I'm sure that's all I got, but let me go up one place because I want to make sure I got that beginning. Yeah, I got everything out. Yep, I got everything out. Yeah. And it's getting ready to be May. And like I told you guys, you Isha got her passion party coming, and she got a meet and greet coming up in May. Um, it's the 16th and the 17th. The meet and greet is the 16th, and the passion party is the 17th. The tickets, like for the meet and greet, is $23, and the passion, I think it was like $50. You get one free drink, and the food is free. And after that, the drinks are $5. Um, that Crystal and Chanel, the Chanel lady that they arrested for like the elderly abuse and financial taking money. Her court date is the 12th. She got to go back to court. Now I don't know what it's about, but that's what she got to go back to court on that case. Me go to court on May the 9th for terroristic threatening. Uh, let's get on that. ODS, he having like a live later on tonight, and it's his birthday. So y'all go by there and wish him a happy birthday. And my birthday is May the 4th, y'all. So if y'all want to send some money on for my birthday, it's on May the 4th. And that's it. I'm getting ready to get out here in these goddamn streets, okay? Oh, I'm to let Tracy know that when QI was up on this panel, she said that Tracy was batshit crazy. Okay? And I don't know how Tracy gonna take that. And let me see if anybody else came in. Hey, not on my watch. Let me see if anybody else before I leave. Hey, Lady Sparkles, child. Let me see who else. Hey, Daquan. Yeah. See how long I've been on. Lord, I've been on almost 2.5 hours. But I knew it was going to be a lot because I've been seeing a whole lot of stuff and I ain't been live, And like I said, this is just I'm just telling y'all what I've seen out here on YouTube, what I've heard out here on YouTube. Hey, 2004, Miss Armstrong, child. I be seeing you around too, child. I be seeing all y'all around now. See. I think that's everybody. I think I got everybody this time. Real low key, I think I got you. I just want to make sure. And honey, I ain't got a dog in the fight. I ain't on nobody's side. I just get on here and tell y'all what I'm seeing out here on YouTube and what I've heard out here on YouTube. Because if you didn't put it on here, I wouldn't be able to talk about it, child. Ain't no sense in getting mad. I'm just telling what I seen and what I heard. Well, ooh, child. I wonder what I missed out here. I got to get my ass back out of here in the beef sector and the Mo3 beef sector, child. So I have some more gossip to tell y'all, honey. Ooh, child. The beef sector and the Mo3 beef sector been on fire. Now, yesterday, everybody kind of laid back a little bit. I think they got a little tired, but since they had their rest, ooh, child. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.